is the food this person bringing to my table. If I'm a Frenchman, I don't expect amala on my table.
If peradventure you find somebody asking that question, how do you think the woman in that position should react to it?
That's for
That's
you.
what you.
Okay.
You're going into what's this relationship called? Friends with benefits.
Okay.
And then
Hi guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be discussing a topic that has been the major debate amidst youths, whether you're single or you're married, or you're in a relationship or you're in a both, anyone you belong to, yes. So and I have amazing guests whom we are going to be discussing together today. I have Tomi and I have Dolapo. So you guys introduce yourselves.
okay, my name is Dolapo Oderinde, but you can as well call me Tall Daisy. And yes, I am a communicator, and I am here to defend and oppose and everything devotion.
Okay.
And I'm Tomi. I'm glad to be here
Is that all you have to say?
because I don't know what's coming for me. So let me keep it down first.
No, don't be scared.
Okay, I'm Tomi Aderibigbe. I'm a writer and I'm an economist,
Okay.
also an entrepreneur.
Alright. So there's this question that I'm sure that you must have heard or must have sent to someone. So the question is, what do you bring to the table? But let me start from the laptop. As a lady, when someone comes to you or when you're on a date with someone and you're being asked what you bring to the table, what's your first reaction?
I bring myself. I'm a full package with my full chest. But seriously, when someone asks me, what do I bring to the table? It depends on what you're bringing to the table too. So I cannot just be the bringer, or I cannot just bring everything. It has to be both ways. You have to bring something to the table. I have to bring something to the table. Say, for example, you're going into what's this relationship called? Friends with benefits.
Okay.
And then someone says, okay, become my friend with benefits, and then you're still asking me what do I bring to the table. Is it not so obvious? Friends with benefits. So that's what I bring to the table. And then that's just an example. But then if you ask me what do I bring to the table, it depends on what you're bringing to the table as
So
well.
you put the question back to the person.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. It's not like you're going to be maybe defensive or annoyed.
Sometimes you, as a lady, or I don't want to speak for all ladies, but for most ladies out there, we all get defensive when you ask, what do I bring to? What do you mean? What do I bring to the table? I am bringing myself. Me agreeing to be in a relationship with you should be enough. In some ladies' cases, me agreeing to be in a relationship with you should be enough. While in some other people's cases, I bring maybe I make my own money, so I bring a lot. I bring my own financial obligations. I can do my things myself. I bring that into the relationship. And then the simplest thing a lady I think can bring into a relationship is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Just be wise. It is very simple.
Okay, from Tommy's reaction, I think he has a lot he wants to say.
Okay, first of all, what were you planning to do when you came to the table? Because for you to be qualified for the table, I believe there is a general requirement and there's a peculiar requirement. And I believe when it gets to the point where you're asking that question, you're either selfish or you are coming with the wrong reasons. Because I think there are some things that should be felt rather than asked. When I'm dating you, I see if the food you are bringing to my table matches my table. Because the general requirement, talking about adult relationships, I'm not talking about children or I miss you, you miss me, what did you eat today? But talking about adult relationship, there are some things before you come to the table that you want to date, there are some things you should be equipped with that as a Christian. The Bible has given us roles to play. For women, they are to be helpmeet. A man should provide for his family.
Yes.
So a man should know automatically, I'm to provide for this woman if I'm bringing her in, and a woman should know that I should support, that I should be good enough. Those are general requirements. But what I need on my table may differ from what you need from your table. On my own table, I may need a woman that could just support my dreams. On your own table, you may need somebody that should be a partner. So you don't need to ask. You see the person that is the food this person bringing to my table. If I'm a Frenchman, I don't expect amala on my table. So as a Yoruba man, I want to see amala on my table. So if you are bringing French food on my table, I should know that that's not what I want.
Okay, so you don't need to specifically ask.
You don't need to ask. You know.
You know. Do you agree? You know.
Yes, because it's just to say, if you see somebody you like as a man and you approach the person, there are qualities, there are things you see in this person before deciding to say, oh, can you be in a relationship with me? And there's this part where even before going into a relationship, there's the talking stage. Exactly. Where you get to talk, you get to know. So some people just jump from toasting to relationship. There's no talking stage. There's no part where you get to know yourselves, where you get to ask about your likes and dislikes. They just skip that part. And then when you get into a relationship, that's when crises arise. And then, different things start popping up and you're like, this is not the person I saw. This is not the person I asked out, or this is not the person I like. It's just because you failed to know the person for who they really are. It's just like that.
Okay,
let me add this to it. Some people don't even know the table they have before they're asking someone to come to their table. Okay. This generation, we put the cart before the horse. Now you have sex and you guys are wondering, what are we now? You feel empty. Many people don't know what they want in their life. And that's why a man should know his purpose, where he's going, what he wants to do with his life before he brings another person in. And a woman too should know, so that you know the type of person that fits on your table.
So the table conversation is something that you should have answered yourself before saying, oh, okay, let's forge ahead in this situationship that we found ourselves.
Exactly.
So but do you think that maybe sometimes let's not say the person did not go through the talking stage. Do you still feel like sometimes asking this question, maybe not putting it in that same way, helps you understand the values of your other partner better?
Will you go first?
You can go.
You can ask the questions, but you don't ask it directly. There are some, when people speak to you, like I tell my people, when you speak on general topic, even if you talk about sports, in people's voice, you know their passion, you know what they honor, and you know what they hate. There's a way people speak about something else that you know their mindset, and you know what they bring to the table without asking directly. Asking the question makes it sound transactionary. Like, okay, now we are dating now. What are you bringing? What am I bringing? But from the words of that person, from listening to that person, what the person is passionate about, the person's past, and the person's projection of the future, you know the role you are playing and the role person will play in your life.
Okay, so there was a time when I had this conversation on my WhatsApp status, and I had so many guys talk. The ladies were not even talking, but the guys all came out to talk. And then a guy came out to say he would never ask his partner or intending partner that question. Because why would I ask you what you bring to the table? I am capable enough, I can take care of you. Just come and be a baby girl. Just enjoy yourself. I'll take care of you. And then, everybody, there's no lady out there that doesn't want this. Every lady out there wants to be taken care of. Definitely. Likewise, a guy too. So you just have to know the way you want to take care of your lady and the way the lady should take care of you. So back to my WhatsApp status thing. This guy said he doesn't need to know or ask the question. And then one other guy came out to say you have to bring something to the table. It is compulsory. It is necessary.
It is by force.
It is by force, because I can't be doing I can't be doing this. I can't be trying to create a life or a future for both of us, and you're there doing whatever you want to do, not coming up with anything, not doing anything. And that's where I got the statement of, even if it is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, bring to this table. Let me know you're contributing something. Even if it is prayer, let me know you're doing something. Okay. So that's it basically.
Okay, so that means we can say that the question is not what matters, it's the mindset in which you're trying to ask the question, is the mindset you're using to channel what you're trying to ask. And then the qualities that individual person wants in their partner differs. So would you say that have you asked any girl like maybe not directly, maybe indirectly. Have you asked any girl and they now tell you, oh, I bring myself? What is your reaction? To ladies that say, oh, I bring myself to the table, what's your reaction to that? And if, let's say, you happen to, maybe not directly again, you happen to ask this question, what is like your expected answer to this question?
Well, I will answer the first one before I ask for an explanation for the second one.
Okay.
But I've had conversation with women, but not directly. But one thing I want to say is that you are selfish if you think you are bringing yourself to the table. Nobody was born to suffer, and nobody was born to live for somebody else. There are some things you should check in yourself, that this is the quality this man will find me, I will not find another woman. Why do you think men love their mothers than their wife? Some mothers will go to the mountain to pray for the children's success. That is what mothers are bringing to the table. There are some things a wife should bring, a woman should bring, or a man should bring to the table that you know that nobody else can do what he does. And for me to date you and I see that, okay, everything I can even do, everything you can do, I can do myself. So why are you here? Nobody was born to suffer. Nobody wants a liability. And even for the safety of that woman or man, bring something impacting to the person's life. Bring something to the table so that we have a reason to stay at the table with you.
Okay, I think your answer actually answers both questions.
Oh, thank God.
But I still feel like there are basic qualities that when you see, you shouldn't even think about. I know that men do not want liability and women want to be taken care of. But in as much as you want to be taken care of, you should also have certain qualities. So what are those qualities that when you can pinpoint these qualities, there is no need for you? Because although we are discussing, it is also like a means of education for other people who are watching us. So what do you think are those basic qualities that if you can spot this, then except you need further explanation on it? These qualities, when you can spot them in somebody, then you don't need to ask that question. Or if peradventure you find somebody asking that question, how do you think the woman in that position should react?
That's for you.
That's for you.
Okay.
Don't look at me.
When you ask the question directly, how do I think the lady should react?
Yeah.
She can tell it depends. She can tell the man what she's bringing to the table. If a guy should ask, I will not ask myself. I will only ask him direct questions or see. Well, we are not dating for one day. We are dating for weeks and months. Okay, we are doing the talking stage for weeks and months months before we finally hit the big question.
Yeah.
But during those times, you are sensitive to things you are hearing and knowing. And ladies too should be ready to answer because it's just like a job interview. Both of us, we don't know each other from Adam. So you should tell the guy, either indirectly or directly. Some men, what they need the woman for is to cook and to ask after them.
Okay.
I have some men that what they need is for the person to be prayerful. And some people just need somebody that will always ask them, how did your day go? How did your business go? What men want from women are so minute that you wonder why the argument is so much. So, fair enough.
Okay.
Women are bringing a lot to the table because they will bring the children. Their body will change. They bring their surname, take it away, and adapt our surname. They are doing a lot already.
Let me stop you there. Today, yeah, I think you are not for the men today. You are definitely not for the men. Okay, continue.
They are doing a lot.
Okay.
I'm for the men, though, but I must first appeal
To
to the women.
Okay.
So, first of all, if you are getting married to a lady or a lady, I'm talking about dating to marry relationship, not all these let's just have somebody in our lives.
So how do you differentiate this? Let's just have somebody else do dating?
You know, when it's directionless, you not care what the person is bringing to the table.
Okay.
But when you have a sense of direction that this person is going to be with me for life, you will want to know that is this person improving my life or just putting my life on hold.
So what are the basic qualities?
For me or for men generally?
Let's say you're speaking on behalf of men.
On behalf of men, a man wants a wife, not another man.
Okay.
It's my shame.
A man wants to lead and wants somebody to trust his leading. Everywhere outside the house, a man has people telling him what to do, how to do it. He has faced failure outside. He wants a place where he can be trusted to make decisions. He wants a place where he can lead, where he can be seen as a priest, where he can be seen as a provider, somebody dependent on. A man wants support. A man wants a home. 80% of men are not organized.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
A man wants somebody that can fix For example, I've heard some men of God talk about their dressing change when their wife came in. Some men can just wear blue and green and looking like the mascot of Manchester United. And some men need somebody to just ask after them, care for them. Look, men are facing a lot that women don't know. And the first thing a man wants from a woman is care. The care can now come in many forms. Some can say kitchen, I don't know. I don't know, I'm not answering that.
Okay.
Some can say
I'm not even
checking.
asking. You said you're
No,
not answering.
because many people would think cooking is what we talk about, but it's part of care. There are many ways a man wants care from a woman. I think that's the basic one. Care for me.
Just care.
Care for
Dolapo,
me.
what do you think about this? The first question I had with basic qualities that when a guy spots them, there shouldn't be a need for you to ask what you bring to the table, except you need further explanation on those qualities. And secondly, if as a lady, any guy walks up to you and says, "So what are you doing to the table?" How do you think other women should respond? Should they give them back to back?
So, like I said before, if any man should ask me that question, what I am going to say first is I bring myself to the table. I am a full package. I think I am smart, or not I think, I am smart. I know my onions. I know what to do at the right time. I'm respectful. There are so many qualities that I can start counting out. So bringing myself in my full package,
Yeah.
it's a whole lot to bring to the table. And like Tomi said, women bring a lot to the table. There's childbirth. There's this thing it does to most women out there. It changes a woman totally. Childbirth, yeah, it changes a woman totally. And when you bring all these things, when you're expected to go into a marriage with the intent of giving birth, with the intent of, some ladies even leave their jobs, they leave their lives, they leave everything they've been doing just because they're getting married. So when you leave all these things behind and you go into a marriage with that intention of, I'm going into this relationship or this marriage to do what I know how to do best, and that's take care of my man, be a woman for my man, and then you still ask me what do I bring to the table, it is a very stupid question, I must say, because why would a woman do all these things for you, except for a woman who is not smart, except for the slay queens out there, because the baddies, yeah. So except for the baddies, the Gen Z baddies, we can now say that, okay, you can ask that question if you see that your woman is not bringing, because I as a man cannot expect to go into a relationship with a woman who's jobless, who doesn't do anything, who lies around the house, what's this app, TikTok.
Okay.
Being on TikTok all day, doing
They are
this
coming
and
for you.
that.
It could be a job.
Yeah, it could be a job. There's no doubt about that. It could be a job. I'm not disputing that. But then there are boundaries. There are boundaries. There are things that you should do at the right time. At this time, I am doing this. At this time, I am with my man. At this time, I am doing my job. So you cannot say because it is your job, you have to neglect other parts. So for ladies that do a 9-to-5 job, they still come back home or to their husbands, or maybe reach out to their boyfriends at the end of the day to talk, chat, and just be there for the man. So if you are not doing anything, if you're being useless for yourself, you cannot say a man shouldn't ask you that question, because in the real sense of it, you're not bringing anything to the table apart from being a liability to the man.
From his own perspective, he said the basic quality is if she can provide care. You think if she has a job and she's structured,
Yeah.
those are the basic qualities, and you don't even need to ask questions. Like, you can figure it out like on your way. But my question is, you guys are like, now back to you. Don't be scared. So you guys you're on your way to a relationship that will end up in marriage. So let's say during your friendship, you guys stay apart. It's not like you see each other, let's say once a month or something. But like maybe you do not even get to see in 6 months, and she's a 9-to-5er, and you're very busy as well. And like you said, what a man wants in a woman is different, but the general one is care. how do you now know if this person is going to care for you beyond, oh, hello babe, how is work today?
Before he answers that, I want to quickly say something, and I'm not going to support him in that aspect of every man wants care. Some men, somebody asked me out one time, and he told me that he wants respect, not love.
Not love.
Yes. So he told me outrightly that in this relationship, all I want is respect. So, and he quoted a Bible passage for me. So in that Bible passage, I don't really know what it states exactly, but then defining it means a man should the woman should respect her husband, and the husband should love the wife. So he basically said he doesn't want any other thing apart from respect. So when you say that a man only wants care, I am not going to agree with you on that, because some men.
If you remember what I said earlier, I said there are some rules that the Bible has already stated.
Yeah.
So respect is part of it. The Bible instructs women to submit to their husband.
Yeah.
So it's already part of it. But she's asking that which one is the general.
Okay, that's why you say
Beyond
care.
the general, there are a lot of things.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I tell you things I want from a woman, a man may not want it.
Okay.
So care is like the general thing for
So
you.
if you care for a man so much, you respect the man. Because
Okay.
you don't want to hurt the man's feelings, and you care enough to trust him. You care enough to fix his schedule. You care enough to pray for him. Everything is in care. Like, show that I matter to you. Okay, you asked the question that how do you know from afar if somebody is meeting the requirement?
Yeah.
Nobody is too busy for who they love. Caring sometimes does not mean you talk from money tonight. I'm checking on you. A message of I'm checking on you actually can mean more than we talking from money tonight. If I'm sure that you are busy, and if I'm sure that when you are not busy, you are playing your role well, we chat well, we talk well, and be 1 hour a day. People are marrying politicians, people are dating celebrities, and they don't even have them for months.
Yeah.
But they are still loving them. So love can be expressed. Even sorry, I need to go back to the holy book. I'm sorry. Even at the start of creation, God visited Adam once a day just to show up. So there are sometimes you may not see for weeks or months, but if you love me enough, I will know.
Okay.
Even
You're
from a
going to
distance.
know.
I will
No
know.
problem. This-
You too, you know.
Okay.
Won't you know?
So how do you know if a man loves you from a distance without reaching out to you? You're a man. And
Okay.
for ladies, one thing where we all have our different love languages.
Yes.
But for ladies, one thing they usually like is, I want my man, even if you're not around, I want my man around, but if you're not around, show me that you still want to be around me. Give me a call. I know that there are instances of some people who do not talk for days, but then I see it as a red flag for me. I don't know about other ladies out there, but you cannot say that you love me, you care for me, we are in a relationship or we're in a marriage, and you do not talk to me for days. How is it, or how is that issue of affection? How do I know that I am on your mind? How do I know that you're thinking of me? This thing is a big red flag for me, because I can't be in a relationship with somebody and you say you wouldn't. I know some people that they're in a relationship, they don't talk for 2-3 days and they are fine with it, and in my head I'm screaming, how do you do these things? How?
There's something they say on Twitter.
Okay.
We all know what we are doing. The same man that will not call for 3 days will be calling another woman one every hour.
Thank you.
There is nothing like this is not my love language. We all love the same way. Let's not deceive ourselves. I've had a partner that when we were dating, this is gonna go on like I was like, when we were dating, then we were in school then. When I was in college, I'm in university. So I was like, we are dating, let's do PDA. Show me your status, show me your status. She said our own relationship, our own mindset that they don't put people on their status. So
mindset.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how she is. So when my successor took over, every day she posted my successor. So that made me know that people know what they are doing.
Okay.
And now, when she was talking, the question should not actually, with what she's saying, I'm backing out. The question should not be what you bring to the table. The question will be, let me tell you what I'm bringing to the table. Does this match your own table?
Okay.
I think it should be about us for them, not asking them. Because when you are talking, you should tell your love language too. Instead of asking what you bring to them, this is how I want to be loved. Can you love me this way?
So you should be the one to explain your table.
Explain your table.
Okay.
And let them know if they are willing to eat on your table.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So the question I wanted to ask, I don't know if you've answered it like the way I wanted it. Okay. So let me give you this instance. So she stays far away. Let's say Ilorin. Okay. And you, as the guy, you are in, let's say, Sokoto. I think that should be fine enough. And like for you to understand that, okay, this person is willing to care for you, and since care encapsulates all, she's the kind of person that, let's say she grows in a house where she can always pick up the phone and say, oh babe, how are you doing today? And you're this person that you're looking for care. That is like your number one, somebody that can care for you. And she's showing all signs of care, which is just something normal to her. But it might not mean that she really means it. So how are you able to maybe understand better that she really does care?
Okay, what you are saying is that she's doing all of that things but she's not available.
Yeah.
Is that the question?
The distance is there.
The distance is there,
calling.
but she's calling. But the calling is something that is just normal.
To
like
her.
she cares, she can just, you know, some people will say, oh,
I mean, I like it. And that's all now. Maybe I like it. That it's comfortable for her.
it's comfortable for her. But you are not able to see other qualities that you actually want.
I said, well, like what
It's
other
just
qualities?
call that is there.
Nothing else.
No,
Like what other things do I want?
I don't know the other qualities you want.
Like the time you said, when the lady cares, she respects you, she prays for you.
Okay, she does not respect what she calls.
No, not saying, not to say she doesn't respect
you don't even know if she respects you or she prays for you.
There's something Steve Harvey said, which I think I've heard from, is it and some other speakers. There's this 80-20 rule. You can never find all you want in a partner. But when you find 80, hold on to your 80.
Okay.
Some men will not find the respect they want till they die, but they will get the other 80. The truth is that we human, we look for. I'm writing a book and it's in my book. Okay, sorry, can I advertise? Okay. In my book, sometimes we leave 80 because we are used to 80.
Okay.
And then we search for the 20.
Okay.
We leave the 80 because the 80 seems normal, and then when we get to the 20, we find out that that person is bringing just only 20. Okay. And what we need for our life is the 80 we left. So sometimes you have to negotiate with life that I will not get everything I want. If I can get most of what I want, I am okay.
All right. So I think from all what we've said, the basic thing about this table, and I hope that everybody here now, we should have a better understanding of the table matter.
We don't even have table here.
Don't worry, we have a stool in the corner. So this table matter is not basically about the table. And like you said, you as the guy that wants to bring your broad chest and come and ask for the table, you should be the one to, explain your table first before you expect an answer. But if the person is silly, like most of us in this generation, and decides to ask for the table, you should not be annoyed if the lady says, oh, she's bringing herself. Because beyond herself, there are other things in between that she's going to be bringing. But in a situation whereby the lady paints herself to be, all of those qualities that she's looking for, but she does not have it. In that particular situation, like, that's giving you the maximum. I am an entrepreneur, I own it. Especially, we are where we are. But let's take Lagos for an example, where there are loads of qualities that you can splash in the air. And these are the qualities you're looking for. But you guys only get to talk. You don't get to, let's say, see once in a while or share deeper connections because you both are proven to be very busy people. Now, how do you discern? Because you are only basing your judgment on what you're just hearing from this person. It's not like you have situations where you see steady. So how do you now base your conclusion on this? How do you want to pick out, okay, maybe she's good for me? Because she's only telling you are not getting to see it.
Let me answer that first.
Thank you.
So, there was this time I was in a relationship with a guy. We dated for 2 years, and when I met this person, he portrayed a different person to me. He portrayed himself in a different way. He said so many things, and then as the relationship developed, I found out some things. It was shady at first. I was like, it's not possible, because this is who this person has said he is, so I should believe that.
And the table is decorated.
I should believe that. I should trust his judgment of who he is, and I continued that way. And at a point, it all came crashing down, and I discovered him for who he truly was, or who he truly is, whichever one. So one thing I just want to say is, when you get into a relationship, whether the table is fine or it is decorated with flowers, or it is so beautiful, you want to just say, this is the end of my search or whatever, you need to really, really, really know the kind of person you're dealing with. You need to know that kind of person you're dealing with. You need to know if the character he or she is portrayed is who they really are. Because if you don't get to find these things out, you're going to blame yourself at the end of the day. You're going to find yourself, and the worst that could happen is you get a heartbreak, your heart is broken, you cry, but you move on. But then before you get to that point, you just need to know that this is what I am getting into, and this is the kind of person I am getting into, because most people fail to do that. So if somebody comes to say, this is the kind of person I am, please do your research. It's very, very, very important.
Okay, before you answer, let me restructure the question a bit. So let's say you, as the guy and the lady, you meet yourself for just a week or two, and she travels out of the country. So you only speak. Not like you're able to see the person put what he or she has said into play. So how do you judge that? How do you want to make that research?
People tell us who they are, we only try to modify it for them.
Really?
Look, as adults, we should listen beyond what we are hearing. And many people, we just help people cover their red flags. We help them be painted to green. Okay, let me give you an example. Somebody that you are discussing with, and the person is excited about somebody committing fraud. You're having a social media chat, and the person say that, this person do this person, good for them. You know this person will possibly do Yahoo. Somebody that said, I went out today, I insulted a bike man. You should know the person will disrespect your father. There are some things that when you are discussing with them, you know what they honor. Okay. Somebody that does not go to any religious center, you're expecting that person to be a priest of your home. Where did you go today? I did not go to church this Monday morning. I washed clothes. I did not go to mosque on Friday. I was busy. You know that person does not honor your God already. Okay. They don't need to tell you I go to church. You see it. Okay. By discussing, I know all my friends. I know what they are capable of and what they are not capable. If they say one of my friends commits murder, I will say yes, he's capable, without even knowing. If they say one of my friends gives somebody $10 billion, I will say he's capable. Through people's words, even if I know you for 1 hour, I already know some parts of you that you do not tell me.
All right.
So then it's not always accurate.
Well,
you know like 80% of this person, but the remaining 20% is still a mystery.
You can never know anybody completely.
Yeah,
even if you are married for 50 years,
you still get to find
the worst one is that she did someone that is poor. Because when he becomes rich, is another person. That's another problem. Either a man or a woman. Don't date a jobless woman because you don't know her yet. Except you can manage what will come after. Or a man that has no money.
Okay.
These two things, you are dating the wrong person.
So the person is bringing potential. They don't know.
People change. People can be humble because they don't have anything. Now they get rich without saying that I don't like black women. I love black Americans. What am I doing with Nigerian women? So I believe you can't know people completely, like I said. Just read their heart.
Read their heart.
Their potential.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I think you answered all the questions. Thank you so much, Dolapo. Let's wrap it up here. And I think from the discussion we just had, what is the key element for whatever table you are bringing is what you yourself
I bring it.
what you are bringing to the table. And as a lady, if anybody asks you this question, don't be pressured, don't feel defensive, just calmly tell the person you're bringing yourself, like Dolapo said. I'm bringing myself, whole package.
Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
And wisdom, knowledge, that one is important.
And if you have other qualities you want to highlight, you can, paint the table, put flowers. If you want to put breakfast there, you're free to do that. And if you don't want to put breakfast, you just want to say, I bring myself, then it is left for that man to deal with that response.
Even animals don't ask what they bring to the table. You see animals display what they have before the other. So display what you have. They
Display
like
what
it.
you have. So if you say I bring myself and the person is not satisfied, then so be it. All right, thank you so much, Tomi and Dolapo, for gracing the couch on Mobiz show. Really grateful for your time. Do you have any final words before we close the show?
Okay, so I'm just going to cite an example from a preacher. What's his name?
Thank you for
Now, Tomi is happy.
Pastor. So he narrated the story of when he was in school and he dated a lady who was always praying, and then one day he was sick, not sick physically, but sick. He was hungry. He needed food. He needed care, and he reached out to this woman and told her, "Oh, I'm not feeling so good." And this woman started scabashing.
Hey,
Started, doing all these spiritual things. And there and then, he said that he knew at that moment that this woman or this lady is not for me. This is not who I want. This is not what I want, because I only need care. You don't need to add food. Not all these things you're doing. So you just need to know the person you're dating. You need to know this person for who they are, study them, and just make sure you're really, really safe in whatever relationship you get yourself into.
okay.
That's just it.
Before people go to the dating table, let them prepare for their purpose and their lives.
Okay.
Be prepared to be somebody they would like to have on the table.
Okay.
You can't keep living your life like you want to be taken care of. Also look at yourself that what will somebody need in me? Let me prepare myself. And also as youths too, let us know that nobody can bring the food totally prepared on the table. There are some women that will be good for you in the future, but you are throwing away because they are not good now. There are some men that don't even look like what they will look like. There are some people that are chasing vain things. Some people, what they want for a man is to have 6 packs.
Oh,
You will be shocked. And you'll be wondering, this man will be 50 one day and he will have pot belly. And people are only focusing on things that are vain. These are not things that you should bring to the table.
Yeah.
There are some things that are very important. If you have a sense of purpose, you will not be looking at all these vain things. I want to be tall, dark, and handsome like they say. And you look at him in 10 years' time, is he a tall man that will train your kids? Is he a dark man that will actually care for you? And if you want everything on the table, the person cannot stay on your table alone.
That's true.
Because if a man has all the qualities you want, other women will be chasing him. Every table has beans and one table has rice and chicken. Everybody wants rice and chicken. So if you see somebody that, look, everything I need for my future, probably has this spiritual security, financial security. In fact, the home is coming from there. It's part of the thing is bringing to the table. Because the people are marrying into in-laws that will destroy their lives. So these are questions you have instead of looking at some vain thing. So she cannot cook self. I don't think it's something you bring to the table because you can teach her how to cook. But you can't teach your mother-in-law to be nice.
That's true. All right, thank you very much. That wraps it up. What I'm going to say finally is, as a lady, be a woman that a man wants. And as a guy, for you to avoid the stress of asking for the table and whatnot, you guys should have spoken to some extent before you decide that, okay, maybe I want to go into a relationship with this person. So people of this generation, my fellow generation people, I think we should get it right. Because we go for the trivial things. That is why we tend to ask unnecessary questions. And with this, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for viewing.
So like, share, subscribe,
Please.
And please do this.
Bring that to our table.
Yes, do that for us.
And comment as well. I would like to hear your opinions on this. I'm sure that there are still some Gen Z buddies that want to say no. When you ask me about the table, it's just for me. And then there's still going to be some Gen Z, what do we call them now? Bad boys. Because I mean, we have the baddies and the bad boys. I say no. When I ask you this, you give me that. All right, thank you so much, and big shout out to A.M Visuals for hosting us in this beautiful studio today. So if you want to take pictures, you want to make videos, you know, is your go-to guy. You can check them up on Instagram at A.M Visuals. And till next time when I come your way again, I remain Mobiz. Bye bye.